rusty rail cars. That's a little scary. Check out the old car. Oh, you guys know him?
Hello everyone, how's everybody today? Give me a moment to get the monitor up and I'll catch up with y'all, hang on. Whoa, that's kind of dark. Here, let me see if I can liven this up or lighten this up a little bit. Hang on, y'all. It is just crazy bright on the other side, and the camera has a little time adjusting here. Oh, I forgot to bring some corn for the pigeons. Doggone it. Ugh. Well, Todd sent me a note. As you all know, Casey arrived at the airport this morning at 5:30 a.m. That's a time that I seldom ever see. Not even sure what it looks like. But Casey and Kayla arrived at the airport at 5:30 this morning to start their trip to England for the next 3 weeks. Y'all are stuck with Ray and myself and Todd. Ray's monitoring from the studio, and high up on the plateau over there at Estelle Springs, Todd at Command Central's making sure we're all good. Thanks everybody, good to see y'all. And by now you've figured out, best of the reels. I can't believe I forgot the bird food. I got a whole bunch of birds. They always come about this time and they're all hungry. Gotta write myself a note. Anyhow, I was trying to decide. I went to the grocery store to get some BOGOs. And there were hardly any, because at least once a month I try to stop by and check on Austin, who lives here in Dalton, and just, bringing some bonus stuff and what have you, and do the dad thing. And usually I kind of go through the store and look at all the buy one, get one so I can get him double the value. And so I can get double the value too, for that matter, since it's my American Express card. And there were like none. So I told Danny, don't go shopping, we'll eat out. Actually, I just told her to get breakfast and be conservative, because we are traveling this week as well. We leave Wednesday evening to head down to, where are we going? Oh, Gainesville, Georgia, where we're going to hop on Amtrak early in the morning and head on over to Meridian. And we're going to pick up a rental from Enterprise. And then we're going to go down the Natchez Trail to Natchez and then up to Vicksburg. We're staying in an old plantation home and having a chef-prepared dinner at this really cool little house place thing. Not really sure what it's called. And then we're just doing Vicksburg things. And the huge National Military Park is there. The USS Cairo's there. It's just beautiful. And it's right on the Mississippi River. So that's where we're heading out. And then they say that the longest running, as far as the length of the show, fireworks show, will be in Vicksburg this year in the state of Mississippi. I'm sure it's going to be longer other places, but if you're in Mississippi, the longest lasting show, period, will be there in Vicksburg. As you also know, it's a gambling town. There's the casinos there on the river. But I like the money I earned, and I never have the idea of, gee, I wonder if I want to get separated from it by chance. The answer is no. So it's good to see everybody. No best of the rail show tonight, as you all figured, or you'd probably kind of come up with the conclusion by now. William, good to see you on tonight. Todd had a heads up that I was getting ready to get on. So, William, you got the gold star for first on. John, second up. And yes, John, to answer your question, no best of the rail show today. Like I said, Casey is on his way. Left at 5:30 this morning for his 3-week trip to England, him and Kayla. So between Ray and I'm not sure which button we would push at the studio. If we talked, let's see, who could we talk into it? I'm not sure who, because it's this massive setup that Casey has. So, like I said, y'all are stuck with me for the next 3 weeks. Yes, John, theoretically, but we're going to do the show. But Tony wants to have Mexican breakfast. So I got to figure out sometime here in the next several weeks. I told Tony we'd have breakfast. So I got to figure out what day works for him and come over there and have Mexican breakfast. But Tony, when we do, you're not having a cheeseburger for breakfast. It's got to be Mexican breakfast food. I can do a cheeseburger any time of the day over there in Cowan. And I do have plenty of Gold Peak unsweet tea. We're not sponsored by Gold Peak. I'm from the north, and when I grew up by Toledo, a little town called Wauseon is originally home. When you went in and you asked for tea, you got one kind, and you got a spoon. And if you wanted to pour sugar in it, you did. But there was never 2 containers. So unsweet tea is what I still drink today. And the only one I've found so far that I like from the store is Gold Peak. So that's my choice. And then the rest of the time, I love public spring water. It just has a great taste. I know water's water, but as you all know, there's differences in the taste. Todd's got a southbound CSX passing the bird cam. He says it looks like an MOW train. Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I forgot Cumberland. You're right. I had to think for a moment. We had that whole conversation. All I could think of was the Appalachian Mountains because that's where it goes off to. So thank you, Todd. The Cumberland Plateau, high atop where Command Central is, AKA Estelle Springs. Thank you, Todd. Any day but Mondays, Tony, will have to be either a Saturday or a Sunday morning because job 1 after this week, there's no holidays or days off. And I doubt that they're open on Sunday morning, so we may have to figure out a Saturday morning. Maybe we do a little short live over in Cowan. Although I noticed the Chattanooga sub on the Iron Rail Cam series has been really busy this afternoon. I did the dishes, helped Mrs. S out, cleaned all up, the kitchen and everything, to help her because she's doing all the laundry, and so we can get packed up for the trip this week. So it's good to see y'all. Don't forget, as Todd always will tell you, pound, smash, or hit the like button. It does help the channel. And we are, for those of you who have not been with us before, this is a live production. So when I forget Cumberland, you'll know it. And then you'll see Todd say, Mike, Cumberland Plateau. And then I correct it. And if anything falls over like the sign did a little bit ago, you hear it. Rockford, Tennessee, you just got a report that, what is it? Oh, so YN2 just went past Rockford, Tennessee 6 minutes ago on the way to Waycross on the K&D subline of the 282. For those of you that do not use the Heritage Unit app, hey, it's really a super cool tool. And there's I think it's a $6 a year version. I think there's a free version. Look into it. Helps you keep up with stuff. We use it on a regular basis. And then the rest of the time, we have all you guys help. And that's how we know what's going on. So, we're going to go ahead and swing trackside. I'm going to be with you here on one of the 2 monitors. There's a second one that I keep over by the cam setup. We are live streaming on the new JEX, J-E-X stream, which is a really cool thing that just came out. It's a 3100 series, and it is supposed to run up to 32 devices. Now, what we use is the outbound, not the inbound, but it's supposed to be designed for gaming. So that's what's sitting right there, as in here. And sometime back, Lucas said, hey, we need lapel mics. And if we would have done this before, I would have had to yell at you. But I can just sit here and talk to you. Now that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, we actually have 5 microphones now that we can activate, and the mixer board in the new Apple Air coordinates it all because the MOW camera system from Logitech is designed to run on the Apple Air. So, there you have it. 4th of July, 6 days away. Christmas, 180 days away, I do believe. And 6 paychecks until Halloween. That's really hard to believe, or autumn gets here, one or the other. So, everybody, shout out who's trackside, what y'all been doing. Yell out the power on the consist as they go by. And if anybody knows our northbound CSX train number, let us know. Looks like, if my memory's right, Todd, I had 4 on the front end, didn't I? So that's train number 1 in the bag. That way's north if you've not been with us before. At the split, that CSX train was headed on up towards Ringgold and then past the bird camp. And before Ringgold, go to Tunnel Hill. And then on the NS line, the Atlanta North District, once it passes North Dalton, goes on up past Waring, make its way to Varnell, Cohutta, Appleton, and then make the bend to Ottawa. And then on towards Chattanooga. And once it gets to Sitico, it will either take the right-hand turn and go north up to CNO and TP, or towards the Yard, the Chattanooga, Norfolk Southern, to Buckshard. So let's swing on back to the tracks, then I'll catch up with y'all here. Thanks everybody for being on tonight. It's great to see y'all. There's where we watched the dumpster races. That's the finish line right there by the great big green compactor. And you're currently looking south. CSX from here goes on down to Adairsville, Marietta, Cartersville, Calhoun, not in that order, but that's where it goes. And NS makes kind of a bend to the right, a gradual, easy bend to the right, heads on down to Rome. There is an NS yard there, and then a small one, and then they go on down to Atlanta. So, good to see everyone. If anybody's trackside, let us know. Oh, let's see, Alan just sent a note. Time remaining to Christmas, 25 weeks and 5 days. That equals 5 months, 27 days, 4,365 in 20 hours or 180 days. So 25 weeks, that means there are 12 paychecks left for those of you that are on bi-weekly pay until Christmas. Oops. Sorry there, y'all. That was the whistle sign flying in the wind. It just hit you guys. My apologies. It is a little breezy. Not to mention it's a little hot. Hello, William and Leanne. Good to see you guys. And Leanne, did you get the Ohio caboose place to stay on the Facebook page? It was, I believe, that everybody wanted you to have that sent on over to you. Let's see, was that Crash or was that Alan? Alan, was that you or was that Crash that sent that this morning? I hadn't even had coffee yet when I saw that one. Todd says our southbound at the 122 is moving. We are at the 99, so 29 miles away is our next CSX train coming south. All right, that was Alan. So Green Bean sent that to me this morning for you, Leanne and William. That place looked pretty cool. I can't wait till you tell me we're ready to go at your house or at your place. 93 degrees. Ooh, that's a little warm. Hey, Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum just sent me a note. Holiday train tickets are available. From the magical rides with Santa to elegant dining experience and festive family excursions, discover Chattanooga's favorite holiday train experiences. Tickets are now available and popular dates often sell out early, so reserve your seats today. How many of you guys have ridden down to Somerville this year behind the green livery of Southern 4501? Hello, Billy. 93 degrees in Kentucky. How'd you get it so hot up there? If we're 93, you shouldn't be that hot. And for those of you that are not familiar with the old Dixie Depot, first of all, go if you do Facebook, which believe it or not, I do. It took a while and some coaching, and check out the old Dixie Depot, because we're going to be able to all go hang out up there with a bunch of cabooses, take your American Express card, and we're going to stay overnight in authentic, refinished, cool countryside, peaceful serenity along this tiny creek along the C&O and TP for Norfolk Southern. So Leanne and William are getting that done, and you can see pictures and the progress. It's like, you know, having twins. They have the first two cabooses there, the driveways started, all kinds of cool things. So Leanne or William, feel free to type a little bit and we'll talk about it. Progress, what kind of cabooses we got, whatever. And for those that are not reading the chat, we'll make sure they know. Hello, Mr. Chuck. Yes, Chuck, it is absolutely a little warm out here. Mama Bear, how are you guys? Are you all doing all right? Everything under control? Oh, there goes a crow. And he's landing right over the top of Production Unit 6 on the umbrella. And the umbrella is this multi-million-dollar overpass, complete with lights except where the railroad track are, or is, because they have melted them all with the heat from the locomotives. Hey, kid, how's Colt doing? So we got Colt and Mama Bear on tonight. All right, Old Dixie Depot, she said to tell everybody that they are on Instagram and YouTube. Oh, and not Facebook. Well, I'm not on Instagram, so I guess I'm seeing you on YouTube then, Leanne and William. We're all doing well at this end now. Mama Bear, who went to the ER last night? You did. I'm going to guess the way I read this. What have you caught? Andy's been sick too all week. Says not COVID, but he's been sick for over a week. 91 degrees in Estelle and feels like 103. Ooh, I thought it was supposed to be cold or cooler on the old plateau.
Dispatcher Jacksonville at 89046. Oh. Crawford, come on over to the phone. Get this 10.
Bronchitis and an ear infection. You didn't have enough fun with the bronchitis, so you wanted to throw in a chaser for an ear infection. Double everything sounds like a necessity to get through all that. And you guys are listening to the scanner. It's kind of up. Did y'all see that? Hang on. All right, 371, signal indication all the way. They're ready for you. That's CT towing a southbound train, number 371. They got green light. And that'll be a green over red over red. There on the, if you look past the two closest ones, look right down the middle. CSX on the right-hand side where you have red over red, and then the middle track of the three that you currently see, that is the Atlanta North District line. To the right is CSX, the W&A sub. Right past those signal indicators is the Diamond. And I was reading last night, the depot, let's see now, which one, John? Now I was reading some of the train history last night. Which depot came first, and then Southern built the other one. So I'm guessing the freight depot is the original one. Matter of fact, yeah, that's what it is. I got it now. I was reading this last night. The freight depot, which is also the visitor center for here in Dalton, is about 3 blocks down. And that is one of the oldest surviving structures in Dalton, it says. And then the Southern system built the passenger depot, the story said, that you see there on the right, that has been remodeled. And right past that's the old control tower. John can tell you about that and what they did with it, or in it, or at it. Oh, we get email updates too. Leanne didn't tell me about that. Where did you do that, Todd? Email updates from the old Dixie Depot. That's where we're all going to campfire at. Gonna be like a second home. Hey, that's a cool idea that I just had. We can have campfire chats from the old Dixie Depot along the CNO and TP, hook up the lights, light up the tracks, and have some night trains.
58428, over. CSX Jackson on 58428, over.
And if you're on and you have not subscribed, or if you don't have the chat on, Todd displayed it. It's the olddixiedepot.com/. And you can get updates from William and Leanne on what's going on as they get the bed and breakfast, I guess we call it, right, Leanne? As they get it ready for all of us to bring our American Express cards down and spend the weekend.
Oh, over to channel 94 to get American breakfast, Mr. Brian, please. Oh.
And like I said, I'm not close enough to the scanner, y'all. So you guys are going to have to let me know what they're saying on the scanner, because I can just barely hear it. So whoever's listening, please give me the updates that the scanner, and I think that was CSX Jacksonville that we had on there a little bit ago. Try and brighten that up for you a little bit. With the sun being so bright on the other side and us underneath our incredibly huge, wonderful umbrella, the camera has a little bit of an issue detecting the differences between how dark we are under here and the brightness on the other side of our umbrella. And we are holding on a green southbound light for the Atlanta North District. At the 121 mile post, there is a signal malfunction happening on the CSX line. Green being said, malfunctioning gate at the 121. So, Alan, that would be the entrance to Council Fire, wouldn't it? Somebody's car horn going off as we listen for our southbound horn. The wind is blowing kinda north east, so it'll be a little hard to catch that sound ahead of time tonight on our southbounders. All right, let's get set up here.
371 clear no North Dalton, 371 clear hair. No.
Julian Road crossing. I have to think for a moment where that crossing is, where the gates are malfunctioning. Julian Road. Oh, that's right. That's the next one after, as you're going south, isn't it, Alan? After the entrance to Council Fire. And it's the chickens with the get them away thing. All right, that was NS 371 rolling south. That's some cool stuff on it. It's amazing the amount of time folks have to paint on those. Hello, JB. So JB caught 1972 last night. Hello, Lucas. Different number boards on the rear C6M. I didn't notice it. So, Lucas, was one bigger than the other? The letters different? Some quick make a board because something happened to it, huh? It's good to see everybody tonight, as we are currently all red on the southbounds. That is the next crossing, Alan, if you're going south after Council Fire. We've filmed there several times. That's where we did the one of our very first videos, and the lid, the sewer lid, was just a fluttering there. We thought it was going to blow up. It was pretty interesting. Matter of fact, it was real interesting. Oh, wow. Are they ever different? Lucas just sent me a screenshot. Wow. If y'all can, rewind and then stop as that rear DPU goes by, the number board is totally different. On the conductor side, crazy different. Good catch, Lucas. Good catch. All right. Todd's been tracking that southbound CSX all the way from the bird cam. And I'm sure y'all just saw it, just got green signal indication. All right, M585 will be our next star performer, making their way past us. And as y'all saw, we went CSX amber, and then Todd did his magic, and now we are CSX green. Good job from Control Central. Lucas doing a fine job on editing tonight. He cut that number board, and I'm sitting here looking at it, and I didn't even notice it. That was a fantastic catch, Lucas. All right, everybody. If you're not reading the chat, that's why you need to subscribe, because you're going to find out that we have some MOW cars behind the locomotives on our southbound. If Todd's vision was correct from Control Central, we want to make sure we're ready for this. CSX southbound on the W&A subline, green at the 99.0 milepost. For those of you that are all trackside tonight, based upon its location, we won't be here that late. But 29F has an amazing container, and I'm not going to steal the thunder. I'll let Lucas tell you what's on the back of 29F. Anybody have any questions at all? Ask away, please. Anybody trackside? Anybody seen anything exciting this week? Share it, you guys. Feel free. Just like Lucas said, we got 3 C6Ms leading 29F tonight, and a amazing container catch at the end of it. I'm a YouTuber, it's Rail Moments, and we're live on YouTube right now, and we're about to film a southbound train coming. Should be here any moment because we've got the green signal indication. And like I said, we're live and the world's watching and they're listening right now. That's what we're doing. You're not going to attempt to get across there, are you? All right. It's a perfect day. And off he goes. It's surprising how many people come around on this road and get to this point and don't realize, because if you're not familiar with the area, the way the front part looks, you would think that you could go this way to get to the other side of town, but you can't. All right. Let's listen for our CSX southbound train with MOW units on it. Lucas, I hate to disappoint you, but we will not be staying for 29F tonight. We have a whole array of things to get ready for a 7-day long trip, job 1, and etc. So we will be departing here before too long. Depending on what happens after our southbound CSX, that might be our last one for tonight's show. The C in CSX stands for cheap, huh? It's amazing when you're at that crossing and you look down, the amount of growth between the rails is incredible. It looks like an unused line almost. And then when you go over here to the siding, it's really, really tall. Tony says CSX stands for crash, smash, and explode. Good job, Tony. Hello, Billy. Are you asking what type of train is our approaching southbound CSX? Is that your question? And yes, it is M585 that should be here any second. They cut their green a long time ago. Hope everybody's okay. Glad he made it through there before CSX gets here. For those of you just joining, we are at Control Point North Dalton. There's some cyclists going across. We're at the north end of town. CSX splits off and goes left. NS goes straight forward as they both continue north on their own directions. And we are waiting on our MOW 585, M585 train number for CSX with some cool surprises on it. Crash, you got an awful lot going on, but boy, I know you had some great catches down at the south end last week and the week before, if I remember right. Yeah, I don't do multitasking well either sometimes, especially if one of the tasks I like more than the rest. And David, there's some more answer for you and for everyone else from Todd. The question about the signal that covers the Diamond and the switch to the south end of their siding. Haven't heard L808 tonight, have we? On the scanner, L808 is the local that works in the yard just south of us, kind of middle Dalton. There's a large number of customers down there that they serve. Anybody north of us on the CSX line that's seen 585? Or anybody heard him on the scanner? It says the current temperature is 93 degrees still. That's hard to believe, Todd, and everyone. And since we're traveling next weekend, as we all know, Casey's on his way to England. We are not taking all the equipment with us when we travel west, and Sunday we will be on the road, so I'm not sure if we'll be trackside or what we'll be up to Sunday. But we'll play it by ear. Maybe I can jump on at 5:30 and we can do a little something somewhere, give you all a progress update. I hope everybody has some fun plans scheduled for 4th of July. And hopefully after all those commitments on all the 250 celebration locomotives are over, we can start seeing them on the tracks all over the place. I don't know that we've had one come through here yet, have we, guys? And Todd and John, correct me if I'm wrong, on the 3-stack tower, the top red and green is for proceeding to the block. The middle red is the indication that there's a diverge point after they go past there, and the bottom one is the indication for if there's something in the blocks ahead, or be prepared for something in the block, proceed at caution, if I am correct. Now y'all tell me, because many times we'll see the bottom one be an amber. So the train crews know that there's something in the block ahead and the switch is ahead. Yes, Crash, we're probably going to have lunch on the show or dinner on the show. When we get closer to the date, and I don't think Casey gets back until that Sunday, actually. So we have to hope all his international flights and stuff are all on time. as we await CSX 585 coming our way. But as you catch the cool stuff, please send your submissions in, railmoments.com or from railmoments@gmail. I keep thinking we're going to hear that horn anymore or any moment, so I'm trying to be quiet so we can hear him coming. Thank you for that, Todd. That's a very good point. Be kind of selective on what you pick that's cool or exciting, one of a kind, abnormal, or unusual until we get caught back up with y'all. Or Casey may have to break it down into not everything in one show when he gets back. Like I said, we'll work it out. We'll figure out plan B. Without Mama Bear and Kid Outdoor, we don't get that advance notice anymore on the southbound CSX units. Waffle House at 2 a.m. after the show ends. Y'all will be in bed and sound asleep by then. Yeah, Mama Bear, it's totally different without you on point. You guys always would know what it is. Oh, we just had a little bleep or blip or squawk. Not sure how you would describe it. I heard it over there on production 6. Yeah, Mama Bear on point. As we listen for that southbound horn with some MOW equipment coming our way. That's kind of a puny horn. And there goes one up and over. Hey everybody, that was Mrs. S confirming our schedule for all the things we have to do tonight. Catching up here with everybody here real quick. Yeah, a little bit of music going down on the other side. Anything's possible and believable at Waffle House after midnight. Tony probably sees some interesting people early in the morning. SD70 MAV, which would be a Mac. SD70 Mac on our Rail Gang train. Love it. Yep, they do put quite a few siding cars in here. Well, everybody, it's been, as always, a great time, a good time, a fun time, and we always go for a good, great, fun time. Appreciate each and every one of you for being on with us. Like I said, wish Casey safe travels on his way to Europe, or specifically England, him and Casey, or him and Kayla, I mean. Ray's is holding down the studio, and Todd's over there at Control Central on the Cumberland Plateau, and I'm here with you guys. Get ready for the week. Big plans, I hope, for everybody. As I said, we are getting some of our things done since we're going to be gone this week. Traveling, we take off Wednesday afternoon, we begin. So, no Best of the Rails next Sunday either. Like I said, select selectively on what you want to send in, but continue to send everything in for Best of the Rails. Make sure you tell the one you love what they mean to you, and mosquito, and have a fantastic 250th 4th of July celebration, whether you're on the way to Pennsylvania to see the big boy, on the way to the lake, or you're just going to sit home and enjoy a day off and watch all the events wherever. So, from Casey and Todd and I to all of you, thanks for being with us. Yes, Crash, it can be quite interesting. And as Billy and Tony said, we will see y'all at the next crossing. Thanks for being here tonight, as we are all red looking south. See everyone at the next crossing. I'll talk to you this week. We'll do some more. And if everything stays on plan, I'll see you tomorrow night, trackside.